Hi you guys, so I am so excited for this video. I've been on a book buying ban for the longest time. I finally broke that and I went to Barnes and Nobles and I grabbed a couple of books, and Target was also having a buy two get one free, so I had to hop on that as well. And I am just so excited to go through each of this book and just give you a little description just in case you guys are interested. So let's get right into this video. So the first book that I got is Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and it is a young adult fantasy forbidden romance trope, and I think it's also kind of like enemies to lovers because it is about this prince and an ordinary girl, and there's like these laws that they have in their kingdom that pits them against each other. So then they go through the journey of like disliking each other and having a certain viewpoint of one another, but then they end up, falling for each other. So I heard a lot of good things about this book. I am very excited to read this. I know some of my Booktok friends have loved this, so I'm very excited to pick this up pretty soon. So the next three books are actually part of a series. It is called Kingdom of the Wicked. I picked up the three books even though I haven't read a single one because I just like to do that. I don't know why. I just like to have like the whole series. So basically, in this first book, it is about these two twin sisters, Amelia and Victoria, and they are witches living among humans. One night, Victoria was desecrated, and Amelia is trying to seek vengeance and find the killer of her sister. So she goes on this journey and ends up using dark magic, and with this, she ends up meeting one of the princes in hell. She basically strikes a deal with him, and he's saying that he's gonna help her find like the killer on their island because there has been a couple of like murders on their island that they live on. And so she agrees with him, but she's still like iffy whether or not to like trust him. I feel like I should have read this during spooky season, but it's never too late to read anything. So the next book is Throne of the Fallen. I have the exclusive Barnes & Nobles edition. I just thought that the cover of this is so beautiful, so I just had to have it. And then the inside, as you can see, there's a map, and I love it when books have maps. Like these little details just make it so much better. And this also has like special content, so I'm living for that. And this one actually follows like the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, and a lot of people are saying that you do have to read that before you read this standalone book because it focuses on one of the princes in hell, and people say that in order for you to truly like understand kind of like the magic and the rules behind this book, you have to have like knowledge of the past books, and I think it spoils some of the stuff that happens, so people are recommending that you read the trilogy first before you hop into this. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This next book is called The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. It follows a 17-year-old girl named Kiva, and she's been a prison healer for the past 10 years, notoriously fighting for her life. And then one day, the rebel queen shows up on her doorstep, and she is terminally ill, and she has to keep her alive long enough until her trials, and it is basically like elemental trials, and it is only assigned to the most dangerous criminals, and it's like fire, earth, water, and she has to like survive through that, like, overcome those challenges. So I think it'll be a very interesting read, and it is a fantasy book, which I love fantasy. This next book is called These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, and this is a duology, but shocker, I only picked up the first book just to like try it out, which I never do. but this one is about Brie, and she would do anything before making a deal with Faye. But then one day her sister gets captured by the king of the Unseelie court, so she goes against everything that she believes in and makes a deal, even with like the king of Faye. And I know there's like two guys that she's kind of like choosing between, trying to pick out which one she's like into. So I am excited to see how that goes. The next two books are a duology. It is Dance with Thieves and Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. So this one follows Cassie and Jace. Jace becomes the new leader of the Ballinger Empire, and then Cassie is sent out by the queen to investigate on him. And it is a cat and mouse game that they play with each other, trying to like set traps and like deception. I've heard a lot of good things about this duology. I know a lot of people rave about this, so I cannot wait to read this as well. So this next book is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, and it follows Anastasia, who is an ice skater, and then also Nate, who is the captain of his hockey team. And this is the first book in the Maple Hill series, and I've never read like a hockey romance book before, so I'm excited that this one is gonna be my first one. Anastasia is like very focused on her future and like getting to the Olympics, and she has no time for distraction, and like he's very outgoing while Anastasia is kind of like cold and she doesn't like to let a lot of people in. So it's like an interesting dynamic, like a grumpy sunshine trope. So I'm excited to read this as well. So the next book is Wildfire. This is the second book in the Maple Hill series. It follows Russ and Aurora. So basically they had a fling during a party, and then now fast forward to summertime. They are both camp counselors at the same camp, and they're both shocked and they're trying to like avoid one another, but you know, they keep like stumbling upon each other, because how much can you avoid each other when you're both counselors? I know people have actually liked this book over Icebreakers, but we'll see what my opinions are. Finally, I have King of Greed by Anna Huang. This is the third book in the Kings of Sin series, and it basically follows Dominic and his wife. And Dominic always strives for like the next big thing, and he's never satisfied with what he has. So his wife basically realizes that her husband isn't the man that she fell in love with all those years ago, so she tries leaving him. And then Dominic finally realizes that he doesn't want to lose his wife, so he's basically fighting to like get her back and make her fall in love with him again. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I definitely want to get into more of like book related content, so definitely comment down below what other videos you'd like to see from me. And that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!